to the podcast. We're going to go very slow today because Kevin Tinkin isn't here. I've got a football game on over here. Kevin Tinkin couldn't make it today. I just got back to Los Angeles and I'm jet lagged. Frozen red grapes. What else is going on? I don't know. Should I talk in my real voice or should I give you characters today? I think I'll give you characters today. Imagine there was a podcast back in the days of King Henry VIII, and it was just different people eating grapes. The Grape Podcast. Oh, and grapes. Grapes. Back in the day, grapes were only for the rich. They're still expensive, but, you know, some people can buy them. So it'd be funny. It'd be funny if the king's henchman was taunting people with his podcast, saying, "Oh my God, you should have some of these grapes." All right, well, hey everybody, I just got back from Denver, New York, and Texas. Fort Worth, New York City, Denver. Had great shows. Fort Worth, not so much. That was kind of a funny thing that you know, that I got booked in a club in Fort Worth. Guys had big cowboy hats on. They were pretty cool, but it wasn't my crowd, man. It was not my crowd. And let's leave it at that. So I had to work hard. I didn't back down doing political stuff. But man, I had to shut them up a lot. You know, I had to say, I had to be like, come on now, folks. Let's pay attention to the genius in front of you. Anyway, welcome. Back in Los Angeles. As I said, Kevin Tinkin couldn't make it, so I'm doing it solo. I figured, why not try a video one and give you guys, look at this. Look at the ambiance that you get. Isn't it amazing? It's just amazing what you get when you become a listener and a viewer of this podcast. It's just amazing. I envy you. I envy you that you get to see this incredible eye candy that you're looking at right now. So anyway, yeah. So I'm definitely jet lagged. First day back and the second day, usually rough. I was in Mountain Time, Central Time, New York time, East Coast. I have a set coming out on crack.com. I think it's this week. Look for crack.com. I did this set. It was a great show, and I think you're going to like it. So check that out. Me and Tinkin are actually going to be in Alameda on the 16th and Sacramento on the 17th if you're in Northern California. Alameda. See, I'm jet lagged. Alameda, come on down. By the way, that's the Scottish flag flying. You like it? I got it when I went to Edinburgh. Edinburgh, they told me it's pronounced. I was saying Edinburgh. Okay. Let's get down to podcast business. The first thing to podcast business. I hope the sound is okay. I've got fans on. It never ceases to be warm here in the valley in Los Angeles, much to my chagrin. This is probably bothering you, so I'll put it over here. I don't want you to be distracted from this. So let's get down to podcast business. The first character I would like to do is the guy who really is overly sarcastic no matter where he is. Okay, the guy who is overly sarcastic no matter where he is. Hello, I'm here for my dental appointment. Go fuck yourself. Now, Mr. Johnson, what time were you supposed to be here? Why don't you go look in your fucking little book? Oh. Mr. Johnson, you're always so sarcastic. Oh, am I? And then Mr. Johnson gets seated in the dentist office, and the dentist is like, okay, Mr. Johnson, open wide. Oh, you have to take your hands out of your mouth, okay? You can't do that thing where you're being an asshole, okay, Mr. Johnson? You may not. Yes, you have to take that out of your mouth. As your dentist, I can't get in your mouth if you're constantly putting your hands in your mouth. Also, it's not hygienic. What you gonna do today? You have a root canal. Okay, that's the end of that character. I can see that's not gonna go very far. By the way, I just think of new people. I think of new people who stumble upon this podcast and they're like, what the fuck is this? And they, these grapes. King Henry and I enjoy these grapes 7 days a week. So something that's going on is that the Riyadh Comedy Festival, all the comics doing that are getting a lot of shit now for performing in Saudi Arabia, where women have no rights and they butcher journalists. Just a horrific. Not like America isn't a shithole who provides weapons for a genocide. You know what I mean? But the fact that these comics and, people I know are going to Riyadh because they're offered a ton of money, But Chappelle, I expect someone like Aziz Ansari to do it, but Chappelle? Bill Burr? Bill has been so good calling out different corporate stuff and media stuff, and now he's going to go, shill for some brutal fucking repressive regime. So it's hilarious. It's hilarious, that the free speech comics are like doing this festival where there is no free speech, and I heard that they're given a long list of things they can't talk about or criticize or something. And Tim Dillon, you probably heard this, Tim Dillon got fired from it because he was bad-mouthing it, I suppose. But he got to keep a big down payment, so that's pretty funny. Oh my God, these grapes are good. So, you know, I think you see a lot of stuffed animals here, so I'm gonna do some puppet theater. Okay? And this puppet, here are the two puppets, a monkey and this guy's a seal, I'm pretty sure. Okay, monkey and a seal. And this is going to be my submission tape. I'm going to submit this tape to see if I can get booked on the Phnom Penh, North Korea Comedy Festival. Okay, Phnom Penh, North Korea Comedy Festival, which is next November 2026. And I'm going to send him this tape. My God, Kim Jong-il, your haircut looks very good. And go. I am the supreme leader, and the supreme leader has to have a good bowl cut. Why do you call it a bowl cut? Who are you kissing? I'm kissing the guy who's animating us. What are you talking about? I animate everybody. I am the supreme leader of North Korea. Oh no, the guy right there with the little goatee and the Yankee emblem. He's the guy who's pulling our strings. I am the leader of North Korea, and I will kill you if you don't say that I am the one who is to be. Hello, my name is Kim Jong-il, and I want to tell you, eat well. You must eat well. I don't know why. Oh, there's both of my eyes. I want you to see both of my eyes. Anyway, eat well. Always eat vegetables. And there's many protein sources. You don't have to kill animals like me. And, oh, will you stop it, Kim? Will you stop it? Let me talk to people. Hi, everybody. I'm a seal, I think. I might be. Anyway, I'm going to submit that tape. I'm going to submit that tape to North Korea. North Korean Comedy Festival. So the Riyadh Comedy Festival is going on. That's crazy. They offered him so much money, and they took it. You know, life is hard, and some of these people didn't need money, though. You know what I mean? Russell Peters, Bill Burr, fucking all, you know, Aziz Ansari, no less, Dave Chappelle, obviously. All right, so I just wanted to touch on that a little bit. So we're like, a couple of weeks out of the 3 weeks out of the Charlie Kirk bullshit, and they made him into a martyr. You know, this guy who just promoted hate, and he gets what do you call it? Depicted as a guy who wanted debate, but come on. By the way, I'm telling everybody to go to YouTube and Google Charlie Kirk versus Oxford debater. And it's so beautiful. He gets destroyed by this young PhD from Oxford, and it's just really nice. And like everybody says, you know, he shouldn't have been killed, obviously, but Jesus Christ. So this horrible Trump regime is, using this to speed up the fucking control, the control of everybody, and, blatantly label everybody Antifa, right? Blatantly Antifa is a terrorist organization. Nobody knows what Antifa is. I'll tell you what, though. Hello, my name is John Stevens, and I am the head of Antifa. I am the head of Antifa. By the way, Kim Jong-il, if you are watching, I need you to book me, because I understand you're giving 350,000. Actually, the North Korean comedy festival would not have any money. The Saudi Arabian Riyadh, they have oil money, just tremendous money. And if I were going to do the Riyadh festival, I would want at least $100 gift certificate to all Chevron stations. At least 100. So Trump has used the Charlie Kirk killing as an excuse to speed up the crackdown on media, on anybody who speaks out against the thin-skinned Cheeto Bandito. So, I don't know how this is all going to play out. Not good. Yesterday in the news was a, terrorist attack on a Mormon church, and then the church was set ablaze. Just a complete act of violence, and it was done again by a white man, a military vet from the Iraq War, I believe. I didn't do a lot of... I mean, just frightening the level of violence in this country. And that's why I go see Downton Abbey. I saw Downton Abbey. And I love Carson. I love Bates. Have you seen Downton Abbey? Oh, this finale movie. It's like, yes, we live in an authoritarian, with a bozo dictator with a third grade mentality, if that's kind of an insult to third graders. But yes, we do live in that, but we're still able to see Downton Abbey and Spinal Tap. I saw Spinal Tap too, and that was great, really funny. But Downton Abbey, Mary, I hope you have followed that whole series, but Mary becomes a bit of a pariah, outcast, because she because she gets a divorce, and you couldn't get a divorce back then. I don't know, Catholic Church, Protestant, whatever they were. I don't go in for the religious thing. I'm a man of faith. And faith is about knowing that that you're part of a magical system. And this is we live in magic. You don't have to take mushrooms or smoke weed to feel and see the magic. You just have to get still, and I think I'm going to bring another puppet in here to hello, I'm a frog, and I want to talk about magic. Magic. The world is magic. Yes, it is. And why don't people feel the magic? Feel the magic. Yes, we have people jumping out of vans with masks on. Yes, we have climate breakdown, the heat, the incredible heat, but we live in a magical system, and we must be faithful to the magic. We must be faithful to the magic. Please accept me, Kim Jong-il. All these characters I do effortlessly. Okay, so, yeah. So we had another, like, just supremely violent act. That's terrorism. And so how many vets come back with PTSD from these fucking wars that we start? Every one of them comes back with some form of PTSD. Every one of them. And so many of these shootings that go on, mass shootings that go on here, are done by guys coming back from wars. I know, I'm not sure what the percentage is, but it's pretty high, I think. And so that's just, it's just insane, you know? You know, the world isn't, it isn't really complicated. You know, we should know how to act. By the way, did you see everybody walk out on Netanyahu, except a couple of scumbags? Everybody walked out on the master of genocide at the UN. They walked out. Big protest in New York. I think I just left New York when the protests were happening. And went to Texas, where there are no protests, at least in Fort Worth, a pretty conservative area. So, anyway, I'm just thinking, should I do like a driving in the rain myself with you? Okay, let's do a driving in the rain. Ready? And now, another episode of Driving in the Rain. The rain came down. It was nasty, and I was surrounded by my puppets. I had a frog puppet that I loved, and I was driving in the rain with my frog puppet next to me. I called him Steve the Frog Puppet. Steve kept me company on these journeys into hell because the rain would not stop.
Mr. Kim Jong-il, please hire me for the Phnom Penh podcast.
The rain was vicious today. The rain was more vicious than a chainsaw massacreist. Have you ever seen anybody for real who has a chainsaw? And I'll tell you one thing the chainsaw massacreists don't do. They don't eat organic red grapes. Because when you're massacring people with the chainsaw, you don't eat grapes. No. You eat things like sun chips. Look that up. Most chains, anyway, the rain was coming down. It was vicious. It was like somebody who didn't have a moral center. The rain was coming down like somebody who did not have a moral center. No moral center at all. That's how badly the rain was coming down. Okay? Someone who didn't care about anybody. The rain didn't care. Nature doesn't care. Sure, we live in a magical system, and we must feel and have faith in that magic. But the rain pounded on my car like someone trying to get into a bathroom. They really have to go. Let's say it's a Dunkin' Donuts. Just stick with this metaphor, the rain. I was driving in the rain, and it was coming down. like it was coming down, like it was pounding like someone trying to get into a bathroom in, like, let's say Dunkin' Donuts, and someone had already been in the bathroom for like an hour, and you're out there just jumping around, and you know it's probably a dispossessed person, a homeless person who's shooting up in the bathroom. And by the way, Dunkin' Donuts bathroom is the perfect place to tie one on. Great. Mm-hmm.
We interrupt this driving in the rain to bring you a update on the newest robots, on the newest robot technology.
Hi, this is Steve Johnson, and I just want to say that the robot technology has advanced to the point where robots are now going into the future. They've found a portal, and the robots are going into the future, and the robots are coming back, and they're saying that our civilization is going to be completely destroyed in about 20 minutes. So everybody get your affairs in order, okay? And now back to our regular scheduled driving in the rain. The rain, it was pounding like a man who had to go to the bathroom at a Dunkin' Donuts, and there was a homeless man in there shooting up, and he wouldn't get out, and instead of going to some other bathroom, he couldn't, because you ever have to go to the bathroom so bad that you can't move. You can't move. Like if you were to, like, say, okay, I'm going to get in the car, but you can't get in the car because you have to go to the bathroom so bad. Al, what is he talking about? What are you listening to? I'm listening to Driving in the Rain, Margaret. Will you give me a break? Driving in the rain? Al, what the hell is going on? We're supposed to go to the opera in a minute. Look, Margaret, I know we're supposed to go to the opera. I want to see Downton Abbey. I don't want to see Downton Abbey, Al. I don't, it's too hard to see Mary become an outcast. You mean a pariah? It's the same thing, Al. All right, look, Margaret, let's not fight. Okay, I want to hear the Driving in the Rain, and then we'll go to the opera. It's Rigoletto, Al. Look, we had Rigoletto last night. That was rigatoni, Al. Rigatoni, what difference does it make? One's a pasta and one's an opera. That's the difference, Al. And the rain was murderous. It was like Jack the Ripper. And I was driving in my Uber/Lyft/DoorDash/ Uber Eats/ Instacart/Ritz/Bloodmobile/ any kind of Meals on Wheels /this/that. I needed to make a living in the gig economy, and this time I was delivering a beautiful ham and cheese sandwich to the man who invented Nosferatu jelly. Nosferatu jelly is a jelly that Klaus Kinski, the original Nosferatu, Werner Herzog movie, follow me. It's a Dracula, Nosferatu, Klaus Kinski, Werner Herzog reference, and Nosferatu jelly was invented by the man that I was driving to. Al! This is ridiculous, Al. He's just talking about something called Nosferatu jelly. Margaret, will you give him a chance? He always eventually makes some kind of convoluted sense. I don't think so, Al. I think you just don't want to see Rigoletto.
You know I want to see Rigoletto, Margaret.
No, I don't think you want to see Rigoletto. I don't think you have the stomach for Rigoletto. I don't think you have the intelligence for Rigoletto.
Look, Margaret, I told you we had Rigoletto last night, and I'm intelligent enough to eat Rigoletto.
That's rigatoni, Al.
All right, Margaret, you made that joke twice.
It wasn't me, it was Eddie who made that joke.
Eddie.
Yes, you know we're just two characters in Eddie's mind.
Margaret, are you going to start that goddamn nonsense again?
Al, you know that I know that we don't exist.
Margaret, please don't say that. Please don't say that we don't exist.
You know we don't, Al. And it makes me love you more.
I'm so lucky to have you. I'm so lucky to have you in this realm of non-existence, Margaret.
That's right, Al. We don't have each other. I mean, we have each other, but we really don't have each other.
And the rain started to flood into my Uber Eats Uber Lyft Lyft / Instacart / DoorDash / Bloodmobile / Bookmobile, and I had to get Nosferatu jelly. I had to get a ham and cheese sandwich to the guy who invented Nosferatu jelly. And Nosferatu jelly is jelly you put on your Nosferatu costume to keep it fresh. Nosferatu jelly. Do you remember the theme song for Nosferatu jelly? Nosferatu jelly, it's the best damn jelly you can get. Nosferatu jelly, it's the best damn jelly for Nosferatu yet. You remember that theme song?
Al, please turn it off.
I can't, Mark. I am the Italian alien. This podcast must come to an end.
Hello. I'm either a squirrel or a chipmunk or something else. But I just want to say, Mr. Kim Jong-il.
I'm the Italian alien. I am speaking through the squirrel. This is a squirrel, not a chipmunk, or not a seal. He is a squirrel. And I want to tell you I am going to rule over not only you, Mr. Kim Jong Fuckface, and Mr. Donald Fuckface, and Mr. Stephen Miller Fuckface, all you people trying to put people in jail in the United States. I am going to rule over you, and the people you are trying to put in jail, I am going to enslave in the harshest manner possible. So I guess I'm not going to save them, but I just want to say, I think you're a piece of shit. I am going to dominate the entire world. And the rain, it kept coming down. Oh, this Nosferatu jelly guy named Bill Stevens. Bill Stevens was the name of the guy who developed Nosferatu jelly. You would think it'd be someone with a weirder name. It was Bill Stevens. And Bill was waiting for that ham and cheese, but the water started flooding into my vehicle. The GPS went out.
Margaret? Margaret? Yes, Al? Margaret? Al, you have my voice now. I know. I'm you, Margaret. I'm me
And I'm Eddie. Al, just use your own voice.
All right, Margaret, I was trying to make it even more layered psychotically.
Al, you don't have to make it any more layered psychotically than it already is. I mean, this is a disturbed person in the valley where it's very, very hot all the time, even at the end of September.
We interrupt this program to bring you another update from the Robotics Company of America. Hello. I am a robot who has been into the future. My name is X1-2-5-6. Oh no, sorry, that's my Medicare number. My robot name is -1-3-4. And I have been into the future, and I have to tell you this, we have 5 minutes left before the planet is obliterated by a little something called hate. We have all been fooled by fear. Hate is the byproduct of fear. We cannot live in fear anymore. We must embrace a magical, beautiful substance called life. We are the stuff made of life, not I am a robot and I am going to kill you. Along with the Italian alien who has, by the way, the best olive oil to use in a non-stick pan. But it really doesn't matter anymore. We're down to 4 minutes. And then it is going to be very, very violent. Margaret, come on, let's go to rigatoni. It's not rigatoni, Al, it's rigoletto. Let's go to whatever. Let's go to fettuccine Alfredo. Let's go to pappardelle. Let's just go to Sicily.
Do you mean it, Al? You're going to take me to Sicily?
Baby, you know I love you so much. I'll take you to Sicily.
Are those grapes repeating on you, Al?
A little bit. A little bit. Do you know that peasants couldn't eat grapes? The working class, well, they really even weren't the working class. They were just slaves back then. They lived in these workhouses. You ever read a Dickens novel, Margaret? And the rain kept coming down. It came down so hard that we had to end this Apocalypse Soon episode. That's right. Apocalypse Soon had to be ended because of this rain. It was vicious, but I want to tell you, Eddie Pepitone and Kevin Tinkin are going to be in Alameda October 16th, and then Sacramento the 17th at the Colonial Cafe in Alameda. It's in an outdoor venue in Radium. Just check it out. It's on eddiepepitone.com for tickets and other things. Well, this has been quite a podcast, everybody. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it had some value of some sort. I never know. But I hope that you feel like, okay, they got a podcast out and it wasn't bad, and please become a Patreon member, all that stuff. All right, everybody, thank you for watching. Oh, that police car stopped right in front of this place. You never get me, coppers. You never get me. You never get me.